Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and start the agenda for January 8th, 2014 for the Oceanside City Council, Harbor District, CDC. And can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Witt?
Here.
Councilmember Kern?
Here.
Councilmember Feline?
Here.
Councilmember Feller?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sanchez is absent.
Okay, council meet in closed session to discuss the following items. Item 1, conference with labor negotiator involving the Oceanside Police Officers Association and Oceanside Police Management Association. Item 2A, initiation of litigation in the matter of one case. Item 3A, conference with real property negotiator involving the Oceanside Marina Suites. Negotiating parties are the Small Craft Harbor District and Pacific Suites Incorporated. Under negotiations of price and terms for the lease of the property. Item 3B, conference with real property negotiator involving the 21 acres located at Pala Road near Los Arbolitos. Under negotiations are price and terms of the sale of the property. The parties are City of Oceanside and Hillcrest Homes. And finally, item 3C, conference with real property negotiator involving the 76-acre Center City Golf Course. Negotiating parties, City of Oceanside, Goat Hill Partners LLC, and Wasatch Property Incorporated. Under negotiations are price and terms for the lease of the property.
Okay, I have a question for the city attorney. Since I own property that's within 300 feet of the Pala Road and Los Arbolitos properties, can I...
The property that's subject of the sale?
Yeah.
I would recommend you stay out of closed session and recuse yourself from consideration on that matter.
Okay.
With that, we'll go to closed session. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Welcome. Mr. Clerk, please, roll call.
Mayor Wood,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sanchez,
Here.
Councilmember Kern. Here. Councilmember Feline. Here. Councilmember Feller. Here.
Thank you very much. With that, Mr. Clerk, the consent calendar, please.
Consent calendar items 4 through 11.
Any public on any of those?
No public.
Move approval.
Second.
Go ahead. Just 6, I didn't hear you. Thank you. With that, is that a motion and second for the remainder?
Yes.
Please, thank you very much. We'll go with the vote, please.
Motion approved 5-0.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and have number 6, please, Mr. Clerk.
Item number 6 is approval of a purchase order in the amount of $85,465 to Industrial Design Research of Santa Ana for the purchase of 2 lifeguard towers and authorization for the Financial Services Director or designee to execute the purchase order.
Thank you. Mr. Fleming, please.
Hey, thank you. I just wanted to have the city manager update us on where we stood on this item. I've spoken with him earlier on it. It has seemed that $40,000 for a lifeguard tower of pipes and wood seemed excessive when you can spend $40,000 and get a car that has a lot more features. And there just seemed to be a cost disparity there that I can understand. I knew you were doing some research for me and just wanted to know where we stood on that.
Thank you, Councilmember, for reminding us of the necessity to present this item. We have some representatives here from Fire and Beach to address your question, and it's a good one, and I think that they've got the answers that you're looking for. Thank you.
Chief, Captain, thank you.
Honorable Mayor, council members, Councilmember Feline, I do appreciate you asking about the lifeguard tower. I too was shocked how expensive they are. After doing research, we do have 15 towers. 13 of them are on the beach and 2 are kind of in a reserve status. They're both probably almost 40 years old. The average lifespan of our towers lasts about 30 years. They are made of fiberglass, a lot of stainless steel, and a lot of metal. There is very few manufacturers of them, so I think they kind of got the market cornered is why they're so expensive. But I brought Captain Curtis here to give us any further that might be able to help you on this.
You have to speak, though.
Honorable Mayor, council members, Councilmember Feeling. That's affirmed, it's in regards to the lifespan of these towers. We started replacing the old wood structures back in the 1970s. The last wooden lifeguard tower was replaced in 1981. These were all the old prison industries. They were made out of Folsom Prison. The fiberglass ones we have now, they've lasted over 40 years, these current towers. The most recent ones we have were replaced in 1991, and that's with the new company that we're currently going with now. The chief kind of alluded that they do kind of have the corner on the market because the towers do last 30 to 40 years, so there's not really that much of a demand when the only people that are buying them are on the coastal region, so they're not making much of a profit just on the towers. This is their other industry as far as the company that's creating these. So we're looking at a lifespan of 30 to 40 years on the towers.
Okay, I guess if they last that long, but I'm certainly going to mull over whether or not I should start building lifeguard towers in my backyard and come to the city and put in a bid there. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further? A motion, please?
Move approval.
Second.
Thank you. With that, please vote.
Motion approved 5-0.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mr. Clerk, when we have the time, please, we go forward with item number 12.
Item number 12 is public meeting to hear testimony regarding the renewal of Oceanside Tourism Marketing District pursuant to California Government Code, Section 54954.6.
Thank you. With that, Tracy, good evening.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Mayor, council members. Tracy Boland, Economic Development Manager. This is the second stop in a three-part renewal process for the Tourism Marketing Assessment District. The first meeting was on November 20th, where City Council adopted the resolution of intention to renew the Tourism Marketing District. Tonight, City Council will hear public comment, and on February 19th, City Council can renew the TMD if a majority protest is not received. Tonight, City Council will hear public comment regarding the renewal of the Tourism Marketing District. No action will be taken, but any concerns that are raised will be addressed at the February 19th City Council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Have a seat at the sidebar, please. Mr. Clerk, speakers?
No public.
No public?
No public on this item.
I find that hard to believe, but anyhow, with that, I'll line that line back to the council. Thank you very much. Councilmember Feline, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Tracy, I just have one question that's come up with the discussion and the expansion of the fee to individual vacation rentals. And one of the emails we'd received discussing this asked, what benefit do they receive as an individual vacation owner from the marketing efforts of the city? And I was wondering if you could address that.
You know what, I might have Leslie come up here, but, the Visit Oceanside group that uses this money to market Oceanside as a tourism destination does market vacation rentals on their website. They send leads to vacation rentals. And this is not an additional assessment. This is not the 1.5 plus 1.5. This is the renewal of the 1.5, and I think that's been confused out there.
Okay.
Leslie, go right ahead, but you got your mic there. Thank you.
There you go.
Did I get it on? Yes, we do provide benefit to all lodging industries through our marketing efforts, and we have proof of that through an inquiry conversion study that we do. We do a study through using an outside firm on our leisure market, and through that study we know that 45% of those leisures that we impacted stayed at a vacation rental in Oceanside, and 36% stayed at a hotel motel. The remaining percentages are like RV parks, homes, etc. We also do pickup reports with group business that we book, and a lot of our group business goes to vacation rentals such as beach soccer, Ironman, Ram, Lifetime Tri. Matter of fact, the vacation rentals are becoming a popular market for that because when they come to train, they like to have that home away from home type of place near the beach, so they can stay there weeks and months at a time with Ram to train, and we do pick up reports showing that they're using those types of properties. The TMD is designed to do destination marketing, so we promote Oceanside as a destination. We're charged with branding and the reputation of Oceanside as a destination. So essentially, by the rising of a tide raises all ships, right? With all the positive press that we've gotten out there, all the marketing that we do, everybody benefits from that. We build compression in the area with these big events, so when we do have groups coming in, it raises the rates for the leisure, and all properties are impacted by that compression. Does that help answer the question?
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and hang on, you might get more. Councilman, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think the hardest decision for me was not that we raised the TOT, because we probably would have been the last city to raise our TOT to what everybody else has, but to whether or not to dedicate the TOT to something like Visit Oceanside, and rather than going to our a general fund to support our city as a whole. And so that was, for me, the hardest decision. And I think that Visit Oceanside has been doing a great job. We are getting more and more interest by sports groups to come and do their very special events in Oceanside, and certainly those would not be happening but for what your efforts. I like to say our efforts, because this truly has been a great partnership. So I think if we didn't have this, we would not have the kind of occupancy that we are enjoying at this time, and we would not be having the interest by hotels in Oceanside. There was a time, what was it, 12, 13 years ago, when it just seemed like we were not going to get any hotels interested in Oceanside. Now we've got a lot of really great interest. So I'm still very supportive of this. I was actually looking forward to this evening to see what the public would like to tell us. We have received a few emails. I believe the city clerk does have copies of those, but I thought perhaps we would also be hearing from, from people personally or in person. And we will have one more meeting, and please repeat that date again so that we have as much possible public notice about what we're doing. But definitely, we probably are, as I said, the last city to raise our TOT, and dedicating it to this. Solana Beach decided to dedicate it to sand replenishment project, and we're doing it for Visit Oceanside. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Kern, please.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised there's no public here, because we received a flurry of emails, especially today, so I was kind of expecting more people to come. But actually, there's no action tonight other than to set the public hearing date. We don't have to take action to set that date? Or is that what you're looking for, a motion to set the date?
No.
We're just going to...
There's no motion needed.
Okay,
It'll
so
be
we're just going
noticed.
to set the date on February 19th as a public hearing, so the public can come in and weigh in, and obviously they can send emails in to us at any time. That's good.
Thank you. Councilmember Feller, please.
Thank you. Do these emails that we've received, is somebody tracking them as far as opposition at this point? I mean,
Yes.
where is that being done?
That will be accounted for on February 19th.
Who's doing it?
Sherry in Finance Department will.
Okay. This actually is initiated, not, this 1.5% was not initiated by us as a city. It was initiated by the businesses themselves. Is that
Right,
correct?
the ratepayers.
So it's not our TOT, and it's not, we haven't raised the TOT. It's the business that initiated this 1.5%. And it's benefiting all, paid for by the higher volume destinations. Everybody's sharing in their little corner of the world, and they can get out of this by renting their properties for 30 days or more. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a way out. So anyway, just be interested to see how this turns out in February.
We don't have to take a vote on this, but I want to say I had some people that were concerned about giving representation as an individual renter, maybe just one rental unit, and trying to explain that I thought would be happy enough to bring the experts in. So the people that weren't sure about it or had questions, we had them come in, and Leslie and other people explained everything to them. Hopefully that answers all their questions too, but I also agree that we're selling Oceanside as a product for all of us. Large groups coming here benefit all of us at some point, but thank you for helping me the other day and try to answer some questions. With that, I thank you all. We don't have to vote on this. It's not necessary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, 13, want to get a chance, please?
Item number 13 is approval of a negotiation agreement with Swimming Hall of Fame Partners Incorporated as a developer to enter into a development and disposition agreement for the further development of El Corazon and authorization for staff to negotiate the DDA.
Peter, good looking. I like the mustache being done. You look 10 years younger. Or is it because you don't want to do this job?
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, Council members. The item before you started several months ago, which is why I'm here before you presenting this. We had We have an existing DDA with Sudbury for the development of El Corazon, which gives Sudbury the exclusive right to develop the recreational components and the commercial components, with the exception that there was a right of first refusal built in for the Phase 2 recreation component. We have had conversations with Sudbury in regards to this particular item, but in order to have any further significant negotiations and discussions with the Swimming Hall of Fame partners, which is the subject of this action, we need your approval and Sudbury's approval to enter into those discussions. At this point, we do not have any formal proposal. We have some concepts that have been presented to us. We would like to further those conversations with the Swimming Hall of Fame partners to look at the development of the aquatics center component of El Corazon, along with a resort hotel that would then help offset the operating costs of the aquatics facilities. In your staff report, we have a list of what the Swimming Hall of Fame partners would like to see included in their comprehensive development. But again, we have not sat down in any meaningful way to negotiate or discuss with the Swimming Hall of Fame partners any of those options at this point in time. And we're asking your authorization by approval of the negotiating agreement to enter into this negotiating period with Swimming Hall of Fame partners, that if it is successful, we'll come back to you in a another setting to approve a formal disposition and development agreement, if in fact the concepts work out and we can demonstrate that there's an ability to actually implement and finance the project, whatever it may end up being. So the action we're asking you to take today is just authorize the negotiating agreement so we can sit down with the Swimming Hall of Fame partners and then ultimately with Sudbury as well to evaluate the potential of the development as outlined in your staff report for the recreation area and also part of the commercial area on El Corazon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Sidebar, please, will you? Please, public.
Yes, we have 4 members of the public wishing to speak on this item. The first 2 are Joan Brubaker and Sherman Whitmore.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Good to see you in the new year. This is an astonishing thing to read. I realize that, but when I read the number 400 for hotel rooms, I thought, wow, what are you going to do? Take up the rooms that are supposed to go to the hotel downtown? Probably not. I hope if it were developed. What I really am questioning, I'm under the impression from things I've heard, Carlsbad is developing a aquatic center also, or already developed, well under construction, I understand. And granted, this magnitude would surpass that by far, and it's a valuable thing. The only thing I'm somewhat questioning is the number of hotel rooms there that is on the proposal. Thank goodness it's only a proposal. Nobody's signed a thing. But I just wanted to drop the idea that we're really becoming an aquatic center, I guess you'd say. If Carlsbad has a medium, and we have this marvelous thing. So something to keep in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan.
Mr. Whitmore may come forward at this time.
Mayor and members of the City Council, I'm Sherman Whitmore, and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You have a seat sidebar over here next to the former city manager, and we'll see it goes from there. Public still.
Our final 2 speakers are George McNeil and Jimmy Knott.
Thank you.
Good evening. George McNeil, 2153 Andalucia Way, Oceanside. I'm representing the Friends of El Corazon. We support the authorization for staff to negotiate a development and disposition agreement with the Swimming Hall of Fame developer because there are elements in the developer's proposal that would benefit the residents of Oceanside. You know, I just did something wrong. I'm an ex-teacher. Teachers don't hand things out and then talk. That's what happens is everybody reads what you hand out and nobody listens to you. So I apologize, my error. Let me continue. There are also some elements in the developer's proposal that are not in our residents' best interests and are not part of your master plan for El Corazon. You have a listing of the Friends of El Corazon's concerns. To highlight some of the main issues. The pool the developer proposes is designed for the training of elite athletes. The pool in your master plan is designed for the residents of Oceanside. Any pool on El Corazon should be available to our residents most of the day, most days, and at a reasonable entry fee. The developer's proposed 30-acre water park doesn't make sense for this area. The Vista Water Park is barely holding its own, and both the City of Carlsbad and the City of Escondido have studied and rejected water parks as not being economically feasible. The developer's proposed 400-room hotel and 100-plus dormitories far exceed the 150-room hotel that your master plan details for that site. The 150-room hotel was included in the master plan before the two hotels were built on Ocean Ranch. The developer's 500-seat stadium for viewing beach volleyball in El Corazon is not part of your master plan. Despite these and other concerns, the Friends of El Corazon feels that a negotiation with this developer could result in a positive outcome for the Oceanside residents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, George.
Mayor, council members, Jimmy Knott, 127 Cherry Lane. In negotiations, I would appreciate if you direct our staff to set aside special allocation for our city's low-income children. Because, as an example, to get the bus fare, they may be able to afford it. But maybe to get into the pool, depending upon how much the charge is, that may be questionable. It should be affordable or free for our low-income children. The second side of my issue is what I've been asked to bring forward to you today, is as you know, we have three groups of seniors. We have our young seniors, our middle seniors, and our elderly seniors. And some elderly seniors have asked me to bring this before you, is they need special time allocation. So in any negotiations, please make sure that there is special time allocation set aside for this group, because splashing, jumping, or diving is not conducive to their activities into pools. And that if they have this activity, it would force them not to participate into this. Thank you.
No further public on this item?
Thank you. I'll come back to the council. Councilmember Kern, please.
Thank you. Some of the comments were way out in front of what we're talking about today. Right now, we're just talking about talking. So I think all those details that we're talking about from the speakers will come out as through the negotiation agreement. So there's really not too much to comment on other than the fact that I'm going to move approval that a negotiating agreement with Swimming Hall of Fame partners has the developer negotiate a potential development and disposition agreement for the development of recreational component of El Corazon, and an authorization for staff to negotiate a development and disposition agreement with the developer.
We have a motion, second.
I just have one more question. There's two parts to this. There was also Sudbury's approval. Do we have that? Or yes?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
I'm watching a tennis match now here, but
We have their approval to initiate negotiations. They will still have their rights under the DDA on the first right of refusal for any future development.
okay, all right.
Thank you, Councilman. Deputy Mayor Sanchez, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, this certainly is a bit of a wish list, and if we could get everything, that would be great. But I do know that what you're going to have to do basically is to do some very serious marketing studies to see, whether or not this is a project that will get a lot of public here. And that's something that we've always talked about, is making sure that that this is like a place where a lot of the public would come. Now, that public would include Oceanside residents, and the thing that I want to make sure is that we are going to have public access. Like, for example, item number 10, where it talks about the loop, road, and trails. Trails as per the El Corazon Master Plan to be used for triathlon training. I'm assuming that's to be used also by the triathlon training, but that's something that we've talked about for the public, that there would be, you know, the trails would be very public trails, and the public would not be charged for the trails, of course, and things of that matter. So, one of I do remember that since 1997, or at least a study, the Dream, the El Corazon Dream, did include something of an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That was most definitely on the list. And in order to be able to support something like that, there has to be some kind of an economic development project associated with that. What of all of this is going to be, you know, absolutely necessary to be able to support something like that is, you know, something that's not before us. This is still in discussions. Hotel rooms, for me, it's always good. I would love to see what a 400-room hotel could look like. The meeting space is what I'm really interested in. Meeting space, because we do not have that, and that is always really, really high in demand. So for our public, I certainly would want to make sure that our public would have access to meeting space. So those are my comments. It's basically, I would like to see the kind of marketing studies that you're going to be doing to see how this is going to be successful, which we're all interested in making sure that this is a very successful project. So those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. If I may, former Mr. City Manager, Peter, I'd like to go into a little more detail. I know you highlighted it, but I know from talking to several gentlemen about this, we looked into the background. We're talking about people who used to run the Olympics in 1984. Are involved in this, and they certainly look into the background, have the ability, finances to do stuff like this. George, I know you're like us, we look at this list, and as you know from the past, that list kind of shrinks down to what's acceptable for the city and the surrounding neighborhood. But to me, it looks very positive. They have one of these in Florida. But also looked at having Olympic team training here, diving, swimming, everything else, and dorms and hotel rooms enough to handle those type of people. That whole area out there of El Corazon was always designated to be more along the lines of support for athletic type events, the soccer, the fields, the people, the walking, the parks, the trails, all that stuff, and it seems to fit in, so I'm kind of happy to hear about it, but I'm also sitting back waiting to see what it really is, and that's all this is today, that we can say, let's talk about it. Nothing more than that, talking about it, but I see some people behind the scenes that are real big in the United States that are involved in this particular item, and I hope it goes forward, and the uses for the city of Oceanside and our citizens certainly have to be part of that, and as you've seen before, large hotels numbers, usually later when they're finished, are about half the numbers. So we'll see how that goes. But with that, Peter, could you, any other things that I missed that, you know, kind of made this kind of a more positive than negative aspect of it?
Honorable Mayor, council members, as you've mentioned, you're quite accurate in regards to what can or cannot happen and the potential here on this site. Again, we are at the very early stages. We've not even sat down preliminarily and got into any discussions and looking at what is going to be out there. As Councilmember Sanchez mentioned, there's a wish list in there, and I think we'd like to see a number of those projects, if you will, come to fruition, and the potential's there for having a significant activity center on El Corazon. But until we get further along, I think it's too premature to get even into what it would be. We probably will get Mr. McNeil his own lane in the pool, just designated for him, and we'll even call it a fast lane. It doesn't matter how fast or slow he swims.
Slow lane.
All I really like to see is that some of these people from the former group oversight, be part of this too from a staff level, and George or somebody be part of it to make sure that they had their thought process over these many years, having that input into what we're going to do. So George, somebody hopefully will be involved in that end. But thank you very much, Peter, and I thank you for bringing it here. With that, this is not, did they have a motion? Yeah. Okay, let me make sure. Thank you. Please vote.
Is there a second?
Motion approved, 5-0.
Thank you very much. With that, let's go to city council reports.
Mayor Wood.
None, except I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's and hope this year's better than last year's. But thank you. That's all I have.
Deputy Mayor Sanchez.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy to say that both the mayor and I are much better.
A coughing, yeah.
Mayor, we haven't even coughed yet, so that's good. I should say yet. Haven't coughed at all. So, but I did see the news, and apparently there is still the flu. We're still in the flu season. In fact, we're probably going to. The worst is not over. So, just lots of vitamin C, and just cover up, because these evenings have been cold. We're blessed to have the kind of weather that we have here in Oceanside. You look at the news, and there's some real extreme weather that's the rest of the country. So, but still got to cover up. We did have the grand restart of the Adelante Bookmobile, the Oceanside Public Library Bookmobile, yesterday, on Monday. It was January 6th, so it coincided with the Day of the Three Kings. So it was done at Balmoral Park with tamales and rosca and champurrado. And kids absolutely loved the new look of the bookmobile. There are computers, there's books, of course, and just really excited staff. And I want to especially take this time to thank staff for getting it together, especially Monica DeMerck, who really kind of headed this, took this and ran with it. And it will be at Balmoral Park every Monday, and other sites as well throughout the week. So again, thank you very much, staff. We had Splash was there as well, the mascot for the public library. So again, it was really nice event, and the smile on the kids' faces was just precious. So, as they say, adelante means going forward. So that's what we're doing here in Oceanside, going forward, and I'm looking forward to a great year. Thanks.
Councilmember Feline.
Thank you. Had a great holiday season, and probably the only thing I'd like to point out, I had a wonderful opportunity to judge a speech contest sponsored by the American Legion, and where the subject of the speeches was the Constitution of the United States. And it was wonderful listening to the students articulate their thoughts regarding the Constitution. And the winners received scholarships, and you can receive greater levels of scholarships based on how far you advance in the competition at a regional, statewide. I don't know if it goes national, but certainly a statewide level scholarship. And so I'm proud to have played my small part in that activity, and that's all I have.
Councilmember Feller.
Thank you. Brendan Mangan is having a going away celebration at the Crown Heights Community Center, 12 to 3 on Saturday. And the Martin Luther King Awards, oh, that sun's bright. Could you make that sun go down faster? Tomorrow. Yeah. MLK Awards breakfast is at Maricosta College on Monday the 20th, and that's always a great event to attend if you haven't been there. Parks and Rec has a couple of things going. It is winter recreation classes have started. You can register online. In January, Parks and Rec are starting to plan for the summer ahead as well. And they will be prepping all the fields for Little League and girls softball. And the Friends of Oceanside Parks are looking for volunteers. And those are my instructions from Eileen Turk. We've had a busy, I'd say the last 3 weeks, pretty busy. We've had, by tomorrow we will have had 6 birthdays in our family. And just for this month though, Rachel, my oldest daughter, turned 40. Her husband TK's birthday is today. Another son-in-law's birthday is tomorrow, and our great-grandson was on the 5th. So the first part of this month is full of birthdays, and the joy of having this big family is sometimes overwhelming. Happy New Year to everybody.
Councilmember Kern.
Maybe when I become a senior council member, I can get that special spotlight on me too when I speak. No, I actually, yeah, it was mostly with family and friends for the last few weeks. I did attend the grand reopening of the Bookmobile at Balderrama on Monday. They've done quite an amazing job. I mean, the computer's in there and the children's section. And actually, I was quite amazed they have 50 Shades of Grey in Spanish. So if anybody wants to read 50 Shades of Grey in Spanish, they have it on the Bookmobile. So, which I kind of was shocked, the 50 Shades of Grey, that the book that was a little odd, but everybody seems to be reading it now. So, but now you can read it in Spanish. So, other than that, it was just all family and friends for the last 3 weeks. So hopefully get back into the new year. I wish everybody a happy new year, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks. We have presentations still at 5, and then I think we'll be done.
Excuse me. With that, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead and have the city attorney report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The council met in closed session to discuss item 1 on the agenda, conference with labor negotiator involving the Oceanside Police Officers Association. There is no reportable action at this time. Item 2, litigation involving the initiation of litigation in one case. The city council voted 3-2, Wood Sanchez no, to participate in a legal challenge to the validity of Senate Bill 7 and Senate Bills 829 and 922. That action has not yet been filed. The details will, when it is filed, we'll make it available to the city clerk's office. Council met to discuss item 3A on the agenda, real property negotiation involving the Oceanside Marina Suites. Negotiators, the negotiating parties are the Oceanside Small Craft Harbor District and Pacific Suites, Inc. Under negotiations are price and terms for the lease of the property. There was discussion, direction to staff. There's no reportable action. Item 3B, the council gave direction to staff regarding the approximate 21 acres at Pala Road near Los Arbolitos Boulevard. I believe I can report that there will be a public meeting with regard to that piece of property that will be noticed by staff in the future. Under negotiations on that item are price and terms for the sale of the real property. Item 3C, conference with real estate negotiator involving the 76-acre Center City Goat Hill property. Negotiating party is City of Oceanside and Wasatch Property Management. Under negotiations are price and terms for the lease of the property. Again, there was discussion, direction to staff. There's no reportable action at this time.
I just wanted to make clear that I was not in session.
And the minutes for that item reflect that Councilmember Kern recused himself due to property ownership on item 3B.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a break until 5 o'clock. We'll come back. There's very little to cover at that time, but some presentations, etc. But thank you. And 15-minute break.
Oh, I can get up right now. I was gonna go. Oh, okay, sure, I can. I think what it was I actually think because it was Sunday study, I think he was referring to that's that. Okay, all right. Oh, that's fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I have a couple of presentations to do here in a little while, if I may. Housekeeping, if you have a cell phone, could you put it on silent or vibrate, or if you have pagers. After that, we'll have a few things, but Valerie explained it. We're going to have a few things. You'll stand for the invocation and the pledge. After that, you can be seated, and we'll do some presentations. With that, please.
If you would all please stand now for the invocation and also for the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, leading us in the invocation, we have our City Clerk, Zach Beck, who is also the youth pastor for Gateway Community Church.
Let us bow our heads. We come here today thankful for the opportunity of this new year, living in a grateful city, blessed with wonderful weather, and the opportunity to lead the city in a positive direction. We ask for your guidance, wisdom, and discernment for the decisions, deliberations that transpire this evening amongst the council, and we ask you continue to bless us for this wonderful city that we call Oceanside. We say all these things. Amen.
Now leading us this evening in the Pledge of Allegiance, we have the Centennial Color Guard from Boy Scout Troop 712.
Let's hear it for the school. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Troop 712, and I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. And the applause, they deserve it. They did really a great job. Valerie, with that.
Our first presentation this evening is Pet of the Month. And with us tonight we have Elkie Wills, representing the San Diego Humane Society's North Campus.
Oh. He is, isn't he? This is Bamboo. He's about 5 months old. He came to us as a stray, and he's maybe rat terrier chihuahua mix, but he's sweet as pie, actually very calm, quiet puppy. Likes to play with others, very social, very interested in meeting people. However, I do think there might be people on their way to the Humane Society this evening to possibly adopt him. But if you know of anybody, we always have little guys looking for homes. So he is available, and his adoption fee is $195. And I just want to let you know it's a very busy weekend, this weekend at the Humane Society. On Friday, we have our Doggy Cafe, which is a monthly event the second Fridays of every month from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., where you can bring your dogs on leash. It's a great way to socialize your dog. You have an opportunity to talk to a trainer right there one-on-one. It's $10 suggested donation, but we have treats for the dogs, treats for people. And it's just a good way to get your animal out. And if you need to have some questions without spending a lot of money on a trainer, that's a great opportunity. And then we do have a training class that starts on the 11th, which is called Head Start. So for those puppies over 4 months of age or dogs that need some introductory help into the training, that starts, it's a 5-week class, and that starts on Saturday. And then we also have Pet First Aid that we teach every other month, and that's on Sunday. And it's actually, we'd like you to RSVP if you're interested in attending. But it's a great way, Pet CPR, Pet First Aid, learning cats for cats and dogs. So a lot going on here in Oceanside, and all of those take place at our Airport Road location. Thank you so much.
Don't go away yet. First off-leash park down there. They have separated big dogs, small dogs, AstroTurf, wonderful greeting place on 2.6 acres of land to let your dogs run on. But don't forget, not only right next door, they have all the dogs for on display that you might be able to pick up, make a better life for them. Then across the street over by the airport, they have the cats and bunnies. I walk through there all the time. I really love the cats and bunnies. Do it someday, maybe you'll pick up somebody. I thought this dog would be a great mascot for a cheerleading team or something. What do you think? This one will be gone before she gets back down there, I think, so it never fails. Thank you for always being here. Let's hear it for her.
For our final presentation this evening, we have with us the award-winning Oceanside Pop Warner Junior Midget Cheer Squad, and we'd like to call them forward and honor their good achievements. We will start with their coach, Karina Knox. Parent and organizer, Rebecca Acerno. And the cheer squad members include Ali Acerno, Madison Allen, Kiana Acapel McIntyre, Dominique Brown, Janice Espinoza, Kaylee Healy, Saria Jackson, Serenity Jackson, Anaya Patterson, and Sophia Urena.
First off, ladies and gentlemen, we have this award that we have people at the council meetings, sports teams, people that are involved in the city in sports, youth. And a lot of the teams have been all over the county, sometimes the state, and sometimes nationally. This is an award-winning team here, so it makes us very happy. They represent the city of Oceanside, and when they go places, it's Oceanside. So we're proud to put them up here in front of all you on the, here in the audience and on TV to say thank you, and plus the coaches and moms that make it possible for all this to happen. So I'm going to pass the mic to a couple of people to my right.
Hi. Okay. These ladies came together at the end of the summer and have worked extremely hard, as well as a few girls that are not present today. But Coach Karina has been amazing in pulling out the best of every single one of these girls. They've worked so hard to provide amazing performances consistently. They won first place, which is amazingly hard against lots of stiff competition. So they have worked hard. They are strong girls. And they've performed through injuries, they've performed with a smile, no matter what's going on, they went out there and they gave it their all, and they got rewarded for it. They did awesome. And then the woman who pulled it all together, Karina Knott. I was afraid she was going to give it to me. Okay, so thank you guys for the recognition. I do want to thank the parents, because without the parents, there wouldn't be you guys here, and I wouldn't have anyone to coach. I don't think people realize that cheer is a sport. It is. We do this. We throw girls in the air. We toss them around. We do this all without helmets and pads. And they have to put a smile on their face while they're doing it. So I wanted to thank one of the parents who's in the audience right now holding up the camera, because she was one of our team moms and she did a wonderful job. So thank you, Venus. And I don't know where the other parent went. I don't know where Diane is. Where's Diane? Oh, hi Diane. I want to thank you too. She was another wonderful mom. Another one of our cheerleaders. The girls don't really care for competition practice per se, because imagine we're doing it 2 to 3 hours a day, 3 days a week, sometimes 4 or 5, and you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And then you just do it for 2 minutes and 30 seconds of glory. That's all. But that 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you know, whether you win or lose, but honestly, when you take that first place, and we did it, you know, out of 4 other teams, it's all worth it. So I just want to thank the girls for putting in all the blood, sweat, and tears this year, and hopefully we can go all the way to Florida next year. Yeah. Thank you.
Parents, I want to tell you I'm very proud of you, because it takes, like you say, a neighborhood or a village to make a team. I'm glad they're all here representing our city and coming out medal winners. If you will hold your medal up for the camera. It's all over here. Let's see it.
Any one of these cameras will probably zoom in at first place. I'm proud of them. The other thing, if you remember on sports, this is a sports team, and a famous movie we filmed here in Oceanside, Bring It On. Bring It On was a sports cheerleader team filmed at the Oceanside Stadium, the amphitheater, but they represented it as Florida. Ugh. Now, what was that? Anyhow, bring it on, girls, and thank you. Let's hear it for this wonderful team. Parents, if you want to move around, take pictures, you can, and get in a better position, and that's all what you're here for. So move around, whatever you need, take a picture. Remember, this is live on TV, so you can get copies or make copies later on, video-wise. One last time here. One young lady came in late and we didn't call her name out. Take the mic and tell them who you are.
I'm Sophia Urena.
Thank you, ladies, and I know it's a school, semi-school night, so you might want to leave as you form out, and we'll just go on with the council meeting. Thank you very much. Go down to the Humane Society and find yourself a mascot. Bye-bye. Thank you all, appreciate that. Mr. Clerk, we're down to public communications off. Do you have any?
Yes, we have two members of the public wishing to address the council on items off of the agenda. First, we have Peter Whitley.
Is there a switch for this one? That's on. Hi, thank you for hearing me out. My name is Peter Whitley. I reside at 814 North The Strand, down by the pier. I'm a skateboarder, lifelong skateboarder, and programs director for the Tony Hawk Foundation. We're a nonprofit organization that supports skate park creation across the world, mostly in the United States. 500 skate parks and counting. In 2008, we donated $25,000 to the new Oceanside skate park, and it is now open. It is at capacity consistently every day. It's a huge, huge benefit to local youth. I don't know if you've been by there, if you saw it. It's excellent. I go there all the time. I skate, have fun. There's a community generating there. It's incubating a community. Old people and young people all skating together. It's a terrific success story, unmitigated success. It's Oceanside's third skate park. Vista is still struggling to create one. Encinitas is creating their new one. Carlsbad is almost open. They're popping up all over the place. Oceanside has is showing leadership across the region, and it's really, really incredible, and it's really vital and important for these kids. And so thank you for your leadership. Thank you to Eileen and Nathan Mertz as well for their great work on this, and that's all.
Thank you very much for the compliment, and it's one of the most beautiful skate parks I've ever seen. So it's pretty darn nice, and it's crowded all the time.
It is, yeah. If you could do something about that, I'd...
Make some of them leave, like the older people.
Oh, yeah, the older sessions, right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And last, we have Kathy Kinane.
All right, Kathy.
Thank you, Mayor Wood and City Council people. My name is Kathy Kinane, and I'm the race director of the Oceanside Turkey Trot, and I'm here to show you a little highlight video of the event, and thank you guys for coming down, and thank all the city staff for helping make this great event possible.
Wow.
10,000 winners and walkers that day. And this is some new technology that's come out. Our GoPro cameras mounted on the drone. I think it did an amazing job of showing off Oceanside and all its amazing features on the beach. People came from 43 states. We had Lucas Verdicus, and he's going to make the Olympic team probably this year, American, and then we had the Olympic silver medalist, Achilles Jones, doing it 5 times. It's amazing that there were 10,000 people there, and as you see, it doesn't look very crowded. That's a nice You guys took yourselves out in the crowd there. So I'm here tonight to just thank you and also let you know that last year we limited the field to 10,000, but we had many parking lots that were not full, so we're going to continue to let it grow over time. We had about 1,000 people take the Sprinter. We're proud to announce that Pacific Marine Credit Union will be returning for its 6th year as the title sponsor of the Trot, and let you know that we spent over $100,000 in 6 months of time marketing the event. And we are here tonight to announce that we are still looking for sponsors. We are looking for sponsors in the area of healthcare, automobile, youth sports, or healthy foods. We're looking for a title to our 3-day expo, our kids race, or our beautiful Harborside 5 Mile. And anybody out there who's watching tonight, if you'd like to reach us, you can contact us at info@oasideturkeytrot.com. This event has a lot of room to grow, and we want to involve as many people as possible from Oceanside. Thank you very much.
Kathy, thank you very much. When you first came here and brought it up, we were unsure. It's turned out to be very popular, and like Jack runs every year, I know that. And Steve, he was towards the rear. I couldn't see him in the crowd. I helped start it at the top of the tower, and that was my involvement.
Yeah, we're thankful that you came down for the last couple of years. It's been wonderful. And hopefully we can continue to grow it and get national recognition. We were featured in Outside magazine this year for national national exposure. But drawing from 43 states, you can see we're out there everywhere. Thank you very much.
And could you introduce your partner in the back there?
Yes, we have Donna Blanchia. She's the newest member of our team. She was formerly public relations down at Cape Canaveral, and as you know, Cape Canaveral kind of dissolved, and she's come back here to the West Coast. She used to run the Thai restaurant in the Harbor Deli many years ago. So we're excited. She's helping us out with the Move Your Feet Before You Eat Foundation and also marketing the Trot for Oceanside.
You're a fabulous asset to our city and the community. I know the funds go to local schools too, so you didn't say that, but it is. Go ahead.
$34,000 this year went to the local nonprofits in school through the Trot. So that's $134,000 that were invested in promoting Oceanside and North County from the entry fees.
Well, we're thrilled. Thank you, Gary.
No further public on this item.
And with that same comment, do we have anything we didn't cover?
No, everything has been covered.
I appreciate that. We're going to adjourn to Wednesday, January 22nd of this year at 2 p.m. at this location. Be safe. Adjourned.